Hey, if you're watching this, maybe things are feeling a little heavy right now. And you know what? That's okay. Think of this as less of a deep dive and more of an emotional first aid kit. It's just a simple, direct guide for this moment, for right here, right now. So let's just get into it.
I want to start with a piece of data, a fact. This number you see on the screen, 100%. This isn't just some random statistic. This number is about you. It's yours, and it represents a perfect record.
That's right. That 100%, that's your personal track record for getting through every single hard day you have ever faced. Every single moment you thought, I can't do this. Every failure, every heartbreak, you did it. You got through. And that's not a coincidence. It's not luck. It's a pattern. And it's proof of a strength that you already have.
So for this exact moment, we're not going to try to solve everything. We're just going to focus on a really simple two-part triage plan. Just 2 steps. They require almost no energy, but they can make a huge difference. Let's start with number 1. Step 1 is to just rest. And look, rest right now doesn't mean you have to go take a nap. It can be the smallest possible action that just tells your nervous system, hey, it's safe to power down for just a second. So let's try it right now. Just take one deep breath. In and out. Or just take a small sip of water. That's it. That one tiny action, that little pause, that is a really powerful way of keeping going.
Okay, now for step 2, quiet courage. You know, courage isn't always some big loud roar. Sometimes it's just a quiet voice. And right now, quiet courage is simply acknowledging your reality without judging it. You can just say it to yourself, in your head, this is hard, and I am here with myself. You're not trying to fix it, you're not criticizing yourself, you are simply showing up for you in the middle of it all. And that is a huge act of self-compassion.
And when you're ready, maybe when this moment feels a little less intense, there's a really powerful idea to hold on to for the future. It's called post-traumatic growth, and it's this scientific theory that after really tough times, people don't just go back to who they were. A lot of times they actually grow beyond that point.
And what's wild is that this growth doesn't happen in spite of the struggle, it often happens because of it. Every time you work through something difficult, you're literally building new pathways for resilience in your brain. And this is how struggle can actually lead to some pretty incredible things, like deeper empathy, a much clearer idea of what really matters to you, and just this solid earned sense of what you're capable of. We throw parties for birthdays and graduations, right? But we almost never stop to acknowledge the moments that took the most courage. I'm talking about the day you got out of bed when it felt absolutely impossible, or the moment you walked away from something that was breaking your heart. So just take a second. Can you think of just one survival milestone in your life that you never really stopped to give yourself credit for?
It's really critical that we start to reframe how we see our own past. Your survival story, the one that's proven by that 100% track record, it's not a story about luck. It's not random. It's a documented record of learned adaptation. You learned, you adjusted, and you survived.
From a clinical perspective, the foundational data is clear. Your 100% survival rate across all prior adverse experiences is not an anecdotal observation. It is primary evidence. It's evidence of a learned, practiced, and integrated resilience. This capacity is not the result of fortune. It is the direct outcome of a strength you have been methodically, if unconsciously, building for your entire life. Your history is the proof.